Hey there, back doing another Christmas review today. Um, Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite Christmas movies. Um, it's made in I believe in 1983. Check this out real quick. Yep, 1983. It was directed by Bob Clark, I believe. So I'm not familiar with any of the things he's done. Yeah, it was by Bob Clark. It's based on a novella by Gene Shepard, and the novella was called based on the novel. It's called "In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash." Um, I'm not familiar with the novella. I've not read it. I don't read a whole lot of books. There are a few I've read, but for the most part, I don't really read a whole lot. Anyway, that movie is 1983's A Christmas Story. Now, this book is based on a novella, like I said. Never read it. I've never seen any reviews on anybody that's ever read it. I've never really checked into it, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, so this movie is, I mean, you can find it on TV every year. They play it during Christmas. Usually it's like 24 hours of A Christmas Story. And this movie takes place around a young boy named Ralphie. This movie does take place, I believe, in the 1940s. So it takes place in the 40s. Yeah. But if you've never seen this movie, which I can't imagine that you never have, it takes place about a kid. It centers around a kid named Ralphie and his family, and the kid wants a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. And every time he asks for it, the subject comes up with his parents or his teacher. Everybody keeps telling him that he'll shoot his eye out. It's a hilarious movie. I remember the first time I ever watched it, I was about 10 years old, and my mom wanted me to watch it, and I wasn't excited about it at first. I watched the first few minutes, and I just thought, oh, this is kind of boring and stuff. I'm busy, I'll be out in a few minutes. Sorry, one of my kids knocking on the door there. But yeah, my mom wanted me to watch it. I watched the first few minutes of it, and I was like, this is kind of boring. I didn't really want to watch it. And then I watched the whole thing, and kind of fell in love with the movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. It just doesn't get much better than this. Not a whole lot to be said about it, really. Everybody knows about this movie. But basically, this kid wants a Red Ryder BB gun. Everybody keeps telling him no. And a lot of good scenes in this. He's got a couple of friends in this movie from school, and one of them's name is Schwartz, and one of the other kids is the heck is his name? So you got one friend named Schwartz. You got another kid, Scott Farkas, who's like a neighborhood bully. You got Peter Billingsley playing Ralphie. Let's see, I can't remember. Got his brother Randy, which is played by Ian Petrella. Could be completely wrong. The cool thing about this is it's written by Gene Shepard, and it's based on Gene Shepard's novel or novella or whatever you want to call it. Oh, his other friend's name is Flick, and Flick is pretty funny because there's a scene in the movie where he gets his tongue like stuck to a flagpole at school because his other kid dares him to stick it to a pole, and he thinks it's gonna stick. Another kid's telling him that he's full of crap, and he double dog dares him, and so he does it and gets his tongue stuck to a flagpole, and the cops have to come and take his tongue off, or come and take him off of the pole. It's pretty funny scene in the movie there. But anyways, like I was saying there, Gene Shepard, he wrote it, and he plays the voice. Because it's kind of like It's narrated by Gene Shepard. He plays the voice of an older Ralphie. He's kind of telling us the story as it's going along. And it's really good. I really like the mom in this. I forget what the mom's name. Melinda. They just call her Mother Parker in this name in the story, but it's played by Melinda Dillon. She was born 1939. I can't remember any other thing that she was in. Yeah, I've never seen any other movies that she was in before, but I know she's been in other stuff. So you got the flagpole scene, you know, where this friend gets his tongue stuck to a flagpole. It's hilarious. He goes and he decides that he asks his teacher for, you know, they want her in school. They want all these kids to write a theme or whatever about what they want for Christmas. So he puts down that he wants a Red Ryder BB gun. And I love how he describes it too. Wants a Red Ryder BB gun, 200 in the stock, with it's a range model air rifle is what they call it, and he wants a compass in the stock and this thing which tells time. So, yeah. So, anyways, he keeps telling everybody he wants this, and finally everybody tells him no. He's gonna shoot his eye out. His mother, his teacher, his dad never says anything about it. His dad's a hilarious character in this movie. Yeah, so finally he decides, Ralphie decides that he's going to ask Santa Claus. Santa Claus is going to be at their local mall. So he decides his parents take him and his brother there, and he asks Santa for this BB gun, and even Santa tells him that he'll shoot his eye out. That's a pretty funny scene, and the guy that plays Santa in this, he's pretty creepy in this movie, I thought. Played by Jeff Gillen, I guess. He's a pretty creepy looking Santa, though. It's pretty funny. And, yeah, so, I mean, it all leads up to that. I mean, he wants this BB gun. It's the only thing he wants for Christmas. Everybody keeps telling him that he'll shoot his eye out. And, so it gets all the way to the end of the, Christmas Day. And, of course, you got other scenes in there, too. His grandma sends him, like, this, it's like a bunny rabbit outfit that he's got to wear. And, it's a different time. It's set in the 40s, so the parents are pretty strict. This and that, it's got some really funny scenes in this movie, but, takes place in Indiana. But yeah, it gets all the way to Christmas Day, and he's opened up all the presents and everything, and he didn't get the BB gun that he wanted. And he's sitting there with his father and his mother, and it's the end of Christmas morning. All the presents are open, everything's done, and his father looks at him and says, hey, looks like there's something behind the desk over there. Why don't you go see what that is? And he goes over there, and by the way the music picks up and everything in the movie, you can tell that he's gonna get his present, and it's a pretty cool moment in the movie where the music picks up, and it's kind of a Christmassy themed music, but it's really sweet, And he goes over there in the corner and opens it up, and sure as shit, it's his BB gun that he wants, and his father bought it for him, and it's really, it's just a really good scene there at the end, that the look on his face of him getting what he wanted. And the mom's giving the dad a look like, what did we put over there, And he's like, I don't know, Santa Claus probably bought it, And it's funny, and it's good. It's a really good family Christmas movie. I've grown up watching this. I've been watching this movie for 20 plus years. It came out right around the same time I was born, 1983. I was born in 84. It's older than I am. So, but it's a classic. It's a timeless classic movie. If you've never seen it, I would definitely recommend it. This movie is even good to just watch whenever. I mean, yeah, it's definitely best to watch it at Christmas time. It's definitely a Christmas movie, but it's a movie that you could watch anytime. You know, the father's great in this movie. He is hilarious. He's just your typical hardworking, everyday kind of Joe, but he, has got this he's got like this personality that's just your typical like hardworking father. I mean, he's got this scene out there where he's trying to start his car, and he comes back in and he's filling this thing full of water, and he's just bitching, and he's like bitching about his car. He's like, "Goddamn Oldsmobile, it frees up in the middle of the equator in the middle of summer, and he's is always bitching about his furnace not working, and you can hear him downstairs, yelling and screaming about his furnace, and but he doesn't yell and scream it's in a violent way or anything. It's like swearing or anything. He just does it like, just like a regular father that'd be bitching about something. It's just hilarious, I just get a kick out of it, and he actually wins a grand prize from. Yeah, he does this word Scrabble thing or whatever and sends it in and wins the grand prize, and he doesn't know what it is, and they ship it to his house, and he shows up like while they're all having dinner one night, and when he opens it up, and it's a lamp, and it's made out of a leg, like a woman's leg. It's it's just hilarious. There's so many good scenes in this movie. To go through all of them, it's take a while, but yeah, I mean, if you've never seen this movie before, definitely check it out. You can find it in the Christmas section at a Family Video or any video store or online anywhere, or you could watch it on Christmas time. It's always on TV. Usually it's on like TBS or TNT or something like that. And they usually run it 24 hours. They start Christmas Eve and they run all the way through Christmas Day and Christmas night, and I have noticed I've seen it on TV a few times this winter since they started playing Christmas movies on TV, which is kind of weird. They usually don't show this movie until Christmas Eve. So that's kind of strange, but I haven't watched it yet. I've seen it on TV and I've been kind of avoiding it. I was going to watch it the other night when I saw it on TV, and my wife said it's not the same if you don't watch it on Christmas Eve, so she wouldn't let me watch it. She's making me wait. Usually we watch it on TV, but we didn't have cable there for a little while. I kind of got rid of it and just decided I didn't want it. I did end up getting it back a couple of years ago now, but we didn't have cable there for a while, and so I decided to go out and pick a copy of this movie up. Now, the copy I have is nothing special. It's just your bare bones. There's nothing, there's no bonus features. All it has is a theatrical trailer, and it has subtitles on it. This is just a bare bones. I would like to get, I don't know if they have a special edition of this movie. I've looked at Walmart and stuff during Christmas, and they do have a couple of copies of this, but I never really looked at it while I was there to see if they had any special features on it or anything. All I've ever seen is a bare bones of this movie. But like I said, I wouldn't mind getting a deluxe edition or special edition copy of this if they do have one out there. It would be kind of cool to pick up and see if there are any added features on this movie. I've never seen anything online either. Any special features or anything. I'd have to look it up and see, I guess. I've never really looked. So that'd be interesting to check that out. I know these kids are all, 40 years old by now. They're full-grown adults, so it'd be interesting to see. I've seen a couple pictures on IMDb of these people now, and they're definitely, a lot of them look a lot of the same, but pretty different too. So, anyways, yeah, so, it's getting towards Christmas time. I think we're about 4 or 5 days away now. It's the 21st, I think, today, or the 20th. And so I don't know how many more reviews I'm going to end up doing before here to Christmas. I did want to do a few more I like if I don't get to them, I'll just talk about them briefly, real quick, about the ones that some of them I wanted to do. I did want to do the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. I do own all three of those movies. I really enjoy all three of them, really. The second one, not as much as the other two, but I did want to review those. Trying to think. I did review Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase. I really like that movie. That's one of my favorites. Can't really think of any other Christmas movies that I really like to watch. I reviewed The Gremlins, which is a Christmas movie, kind of. Few other ones. There are a couple of older cartoon ones that I enjoy watching with my kids, and things that I liked watching when I was younger, like the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is under a little bit of controversy right now, which I think is total bullshit. I mean, if you're getting offended by a Rudolph movie, dude, like, wow, you got way too much time on your hands, and you need to find something better to bitch about, because that's just ridiculous. I don't agree with that at all. Stupid. Everybody is offended by everything, apparently, nowadays, so I think it's just ridiculous. So anyways, that's a Christmas story, and that's all I got to say for now, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.